5:45. It's time to pick up the tent. And look. Sunrise. We see a lot of these. On the road bright and early this morning, we just had to jump over a bit of a creek. That bridge has washed out. Wasn't too bad. Bit of boulder hopping. It was really cold again last night. Not as cold as the previous night, but still cold. So we're really looking forward to getting in about 5 miles time to a country store that serves food. Be able to have some breakfast up there. I think we've got about 15 or 16 miles to walk to Kent, where we're going to stay 2 nights. We've just realised that we did the booking wrong. We booked to stay last night and tonight, but I'm sure we can sort that out. So we're going to Joe's walking very quickly this morning. Charge is charging because there's food not far down the road. But it's another absolutely spectacular day. Crisp, but beautiful. Oh my goodness me. Look at that. Welcome to Connecticut.
Good morning, Flash.
Good morning, Charge. I'm going to put the proper microphone on and have a quick chat. And just like that, we're in Connecticut. Did you realise that was there?
I knew we were going to be crossing the border today. I thought it was a little bit further down, but I'm happy with that.
We'll take it.
Do you want to come to another state with me?
I would. What's on the
Maryland,
other side?
Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York,
And
now
Connecticut.
Connecticut. That'll be brilliant.
That's amazing. It's so exciting. Okay, one step in. And we're in different states. Look at that. This is Joe walking with purpose towards the Bulls Bridge store. We're a bit excited and we've done 5 miles. Definitely ready for a coffee. Heading towards the store, and I was just exclaiming over the huge amount of water that was powering out on the left hand side there. And then out of the corner of my eye, I realised that we get to walk through this beautiful Bulls Bridge, covered bridge. That's We'll wait for this car, obviously. We'll have a sneaky peek at the water just before we go through. That's a lot of water, but look at this. Oh, this is beautiful. I would have walked through here even if there wasn't a shop on the other side selling hot coffee and sandwiches. Absolutely gorgeous. Ooh. Yep. We've got 7.8 miles to walk with a couple of big climbs before we get to our destination for the night and for our day off tomorrow, our zero. So we're going to Kent, Connecticut, which is a small town of about 1,500 people. There is an outfitter there, I believe, maybe two. So Joe's going to revisit the whole backpack situation because it's very uncomfortable for him. And he's also considering lightening his load because there's stuff which is pretty apparent that we can get rid of, but obviously not our winter woolies yet. Feeling refreshed after a large coffee and a bagel, plus various other bits and pieces at the store. That was a nice break. Connecticut's pretty. We've walked beside a raging river. We've walked through the trees. Now we're walking down a country road, having just walked under a covered bridge. So lots of variety this morning. The weather is sensational. It's crisp but sunny. Sundays, so there are a few local walkers around, but I'm looking forward to the next 3 hours of just wandering. It's really nice knowing that we've got a warm bed and a hot shower at the other end, but we've got no hurry to get there, and it's a relatively short distance. So charge doesn't need to charge. Charge is wandering, and we like that. We've just been steadily climbing, and through the trees you can see beautiful green fields and water. It's very soft, Connecticut, very green. Hopefully that's the top. We'll be climbing for quite a while. The view's gorgeous. And right down there is where we've come from. Hey Charge, got to the top of the hill.
Oh Flash, it was a good climb.
It was a good climb.
30 minutes, about 1,200 feet elevation, straight up.
How come all the mosquitoes are buzzing around you?
Oh, it's just a story of my life.
You must smell delicious.
No, they just, off for a free ride. But guess what?
What?
We have exactly 6 miles to the town of Kent in Connecticut, and I think we've just got one more hill to do before we drop into Kent. So
easy.
But this is the big one.
Easy.
Yeah, too right. Let's go. Beers, burger. Beers.
Beers.
Burger.
Chardonnay.
Cabernet.
Ooh.
Here comes Bridgie, known as Flash on the trail. Another one of these beautiful streams, water crossings. We've had quite a lot of these today. There's a lot of water running, which is good. Love the sound of it as you're coming through the forest and everything. Sounds awesome. How's that, Bridgie?
Good. Gosh, it looks like I've got bright white hair in the sunlight. Weird. So Joe and I have just spent the last few hours tiptoeing gingerly down a boulder encrusted hills. It's been rocky and uncomfortable coming down to Kent, Connecticut. I'm almost down to the road, I can see it. And what we've got now is a 1 mile road walk into the town of Kent. And we've decided that in fact we're not going to just take 1 day off, we're going to take 2. We've pushed ourselves really hard in the last 5 days. And it was just that moment of realisation as we're coming down the hill, which was, why are we doing that? We don't need to. So my knees, Joe's feet, they just need a bit of a rest. We need to remind ourselves that we're not 25-year-olds who are leaping around feeling no pain. So our plan is to go into Kent. There's some outfitters there. Ooh, there's some restaurants, shops there where we can do a restock and just chill out. Just relax and remind ourselves why we're doing this and feel the joy again, as opposed to pushing ourselves really hard. Whoa, that's a fancy looking house. We're just walking along the road on the way to Kent, and it looks like an estate. Connecticut feels quite fancy. Oh, here's Joe, probably telling me to walk off the road. It looks very much like a lacrosse pitch to me. There's lots of sort of lacrosse goals. How would you like to play lacrosse here, Sophie and Morecambe? If we come across the road, in fact, peeking behind that building is a brick. It looks like a university. I'm going to have to research this some more. Back from the laundromat. Joe's got his rain pants on, rolled up, just so that they don't look like my rain pants, which I've currently got rolled down. Some really pretty houses and buildings in this town. We'll have a proper look over the next few days, but the most important thing to note now is that we have finally got clean clothes, and our accommodation is just this building directly ahead of us, above the gift shop. There's the Fife and Drum Inn. The restaurant's over there to the left-hand side, but we're staying at the inn, and it's really lovely. Hey, Charge.
Hey, Flash.
It's been a busy morning.
It has. It's been full of bull.
But what have we been up to this morning?
We've had a 0, so we're in the town of Kent in Connecticut.
Yep.
And we're actually going to do a 0. We beat ourselves up a bit last week.
We'll just stand in front of those cows because it's a really nice backdrop.
They're bulls.
Come on, have bulls. Okay. Yeah, so it's like the rose between two thorns, but it's
Me and my 2 friends here.
you and your
There's
mates.
a lot of bull happening.
Not so much bull, a lot of bull. So we beat ourselves up. So what have we been doing this morning?
One is just relaxing. We found a lovely place for breakfast, which was awesome. Went to a really neat independent supermarket and got some good food for restocking.
Yeah.
We've been busy online, which means you, and I've organised a new pack, which I'm happy about. We've got new shoes coming in. Yeah, new shoes. My ones are munted by Pennsylvania, the Rocks, the evil Rocks. And we're going to unload some stuff out of our pack because we're going to be positive and expect warmer weather without being stupid.
Yeah.
And just lighten down our load. So I've been running around about 35 pounds on my pack, and I think I'll get down to around 26, which is quite a bit.
That is quite a bit. Right, when we're going to the hardware store now because...
Going to see if we can get a battery pack.
Yeah.
Half the amps, so drop from a 20,000 down to a 10,000,
Yeah.
and hopefully lose around about a third of the weight.
Perfect.
These are the things we're doing at the moment.
Let's go, Charge. Hey, Charge.
Flash, look! Jack Daniel's barrels.
It's a Jack Daniel's
I
barrel.
feel like I'm... Hey!
Well, yeah. Do you think we could... There's a post office there. Do you think we could send one home?
No, it's going to be an omen.
It's a good omen.
Yeah, tonight I'm having some Jack Daniels.
There you go. Pretty houses. Just, we're off to get some green super feet. We've ordered our new shoes online and they should arrive tomorrow. Very excited about that. So we're heading down to buy some green super feet. And today's not quite as crazy busy as it was yesterday. Yesterday Kent was full of motorcyclists, cars. I think it's because it appears to be maybe a university town or a school town. A lot of parents were here. Maybe there've been some sports games. It looks like lacrosse and rowing are popular sports here. Spring has sprung. But today on a Monday, it's a bit quieter. And we're just getting a whole bunch of stuff done today because it appears that a lot of businesses are closed on Tuesdays around here. It must be because the season hasn't started yet. But we're really enjoying our time here. And we're looking forward to going and eating at the Fife and Drum restaurant tonight. And that's the inn that we're staying at, is the Fife and Drum. There's the Memorial Library, that brick building, really pretty. And lots of daffodils. It feels very springy. And just across the road is the Fife and Drum restaurant, which is the main... Well, we're staying at the Fife and Drum Inn, which is all part of the Fife and Drum restaurant. And behind it, you can sort of see that red building is the inn that we're staying at. And it's all lovely and central because we're just going to the hardware shop, which is across the road. So as Joe said, we've had a kind of a day of reorganisation, a little bit of resetting, just to get ourselves ready for the next few days ahead. So we're just going back to the hardware store for the second time in 30 minutes because we're just getting some permethrin with a new backpack. It's going to be important to permethrin the backpack. We probably need to do our ground sheet again and our shoes. And for those of you who aren't familiar with ticks and Lyme disease, that's why we're putting permethrin on the backpack and on some of our sort of external stuff like raincoats to make sure that the ticks don't find us at all appealing or attractive. And Joe does tend to attract insects, so perhaps we need to spray him with permethrin as well.
Flash, are you an insect?
7:43 on, what's today? It's Tuesday, and we're still in Kent, Connecticut. We're heading off to get ourselves some breakfast because I woke up hungry, which is strange because we had a really beautiful dinner last night at the Fife and Drum restaurant. So we're going to head down Main Street. We're going to go and find ourselves some breakfast, and hopefully today we're going to get some deliveries from REI. So there should be a new pack, and there should be shorts for both Joe and I. We've tried very hard to order Hoka shoes online using perfectly okay credit cards and even my PayPal account, but Hoka keeps on cancelling the order for some reason that their customer service people just can't explain. So buying new shoes online has been a bit of a failure, but we are going to, from here we're going to go to Great Barrington. Is that what it's called, Joe? Great Barrington?
Good morning, Flash.
Good morning, Great Barrington.
Yep, in about 3 days' time. So it's about 45 miles from here on the trail.
Yeah, and then in person, we'll take our feet in and we will attempt to get new shoes. So the UPS truck has just turned up. We don't wait for him to come to us. We're stalking him. So we're waiting for a couple of pairs of shorts and the backpack. Hopefully the backpack made the same truck, but they had to come from 2 different stores. So REI, you rock. Next day delivery, really good result. Not such a great result with Hoka, but we'll take a new backpack any day. I can see him smiling from here. He's so excited. There it is. There it is. The look of triumph. That is... Oh yeah. That's fantastic. Thank you, RAI. You are wonderful. What a great service. You just have excuse the mess because you can see that we're setting up meals for the next 4 or 5 days.
4 days, plus the safety.
Yep. And we're drying out sleeping bags and all of that kind of stuff. But most importantly, what's in that box?
It's a delivery.
Let's have a
Like
look.
Christmas.
It is like Christmas. Oh. So what's the pack that you purchased, Joe?
This is a Osprey
Yep.
Unlimited
Yes.
anti-gravity
Yes.
64 litre.
Perfect.
And this is exciting. That's actually a travel bag, but I'll ship that to our dear friend Joni. You got to get another parcel.
Thank you, Joan.
And this is the new pack, which I need to now adjust. There's about 5 different adjustments I need to do on it and fit it properly. I am so excited.
It looks smaller and lighter already.
Yeah, it is. So it's good. We're going to use this box probably for the ship the old one.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And what we've been also doing over the last day or two is that we're in fact on our way to the post office after we've been to the laundromat. We're just about to get rid of a whole bunch of weight. So we're making a concerted effort to get Joe comfortable because that interim pack just hasn't done the job. So, hey kids, you're all getting backpacks for Christmas. But finally, we're confident that this is going to do the job. Hey, Charge.
Hi, Flash.
So we're in the countdown to leaving tomorrow morning, back on the trail, and we've had a number of improvements to our systems.
We have.
What's the number one improvement?
Backpack. So I've done all the adjustments on it, packed it up. So I'm looking forward now to jumping over rocks and climbing up rock faces and going down the other end.
Yeah, no, it looks much more comfortable.
It is.
We've also been to the post office and got rid of a whole bunch of stuff that we don't need.
Yep. So between us, we've shipped close to £5 of weight.
Yeah.
Plus the backpack. So that's gone to Joni, to California.
Our lovely friend Joan. So we're pretty much all set and ready to go. I've just been to the laundromat again and just washed everything else that could possibly be washed. But just wanted to mention what we're doing for dinner tonight. Our trail magic comes in all sorts of ways, and the people who are starting down at the beginning are probably getting people turning up and cooking them barbecues and leaving them gifts. But the trail magic that Charge and I have experienced is much more by the way of the people that we've met. So what's happening tonight?
We're actually going to dinner with the owners of the Fife and Drum restaurant, which we met last night at dinner. And it's quite special because the restaurant's actually a winner over the years twice in the Wine Spectator for their food wine list, which was pretty cool. Which we actually had a bit of fun last night, selecting a couple of bottles of wine.
We gave it a nudge.
Gave it a little nudge.
But Elisa is the most amazing host.
Oh, she's a professional.
And we met George, her husband, and we're going to their house.
Yes.
They've invited us to their house for dinner, and they're going to cook for us.
Yeah, so Tuesdays the restaurant's actually closed, so which blows me away because that's their day off. And we were just chatting away, and they said, "Oh, would you like to come for dinner tonight?" Of course, we said no, yes.
Yes, please.
So there's a really good wine shop here in Kent, and so I popped down and grabbed a couple bottles of wine, nice wines to take along with us tonight.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
People in Kent have been really friendly, and they've been talking to us about the town, its proximity to New York City. It's 75 miles from New York City, so there's a whole bunch of, that's not commuter belt, but there are a lot of, it's a really interesting place with lots of interesting people.
If you look at the post office, the guy there who actually handles all the parcels and etc. was going on his lunch break, and he saw us coming in just as he was closing, and said, "No, come in," and allowed us to process, get the package on its way, and it's just a reflection of people in small town America.
Because he could have said, "I'll come back in an hour," but he said, "No, let's do it now."
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, really good. So Kent's a great place. You get what you pay for. It's quality. It's not a cheap visit, but it's a really nice visit.
It certainly is.
And a really big thank you to Elisa and George, our wonderful hosts, for a really, really great evening. Thank you.